Добрейшее время суток. Вот я наконец-то продолжаю эту игру. В прошлой серии замечательно я заборол этого упыря, охотника на вампиров. Это было тяжко, но я справился. Так. Что по квестам? Это надо, да. Это хз вообще. Дойти, что ли, до него. По сути, я уже все сделал, надо будет дойти. О, это один из этих челиков из сообщества, да? Сука. Ну ладно, он сдох. Уже неплохо. Идем далее. Здорово. С тобой есть что побазарить, не?
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Yes, astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent...
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Draco. My favorite constellation.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations. Yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Did he fake his interest?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Прикол. Ладно. Это было познавательно, конечно, но нам нужен вот этот чел.
Good evening. I won't. These are the documents you wanted me to look for. I think I've gathered all the available occult research about vampires.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
I'm not sure you can consider this material factual, but it's yours now. What do you intend to do with it?
First, I'm going to show them to Venus. It'll open her eyes.
Хочу тебя разочаровать, но...
Venus is poisoning you, Clarence.
She wants you dead.
So she really hates me that much now. My poor wife. I had no idea my research would drive her to such extremes.
I'm sorry, Clarence.
Why would you tell me that? First you returned from the dead, and now you tell me my wife is trying to murder me.
You're a stupid bastard, but you're my friend, Clarence. And I don't have many left. I don't want you to die. Not like that.
But I love her. I love my wife. Did I make her suffer that much? Have I become such a burden?
Yeah.
So you have no suspicions about her at all? Nothing in Venus's behavior has seemed odd since you returned?
Frankly, it's my behavior that's been odd. Ever since I got back from the war, she accuses me of being paranoid and delusional.
Yeah. О ней мы знаем все. Заебись. Ну, типа, все. До нее еще можно дойти попиздеть. Она где-то там живет, кажется. Или я ошибаюсь? Может, где-то здесь? Да, вот этот домик. Ну, по-хорошему ее за это можно и кусь, но нет.
Hello, Venus.
Не убиваю людей вообще в этом прохождении. Вообще. Ёб твою мать, задолбали.
What do you...
Did Clarence
Yes, he did.
He's my...
Gibber.
О,
Tell me about
It
Clarence.
drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt.
I understand your irritation,
The
Venus.
question is simple.
So,
If Paul...
ну,
I'm...
не особо интересно.
why are you...
He has spent a fortune printing his bloody papers. I can't stand this nightmare anymore. We are the butt of everyone's jokes since he returned.
If you're so frustrated by Clarence...
I have already lost the best years of my life because of him. I will not jeopardize my future for some lunatic. He goes, and I inherit what's left.
Сука.
I cannot let you kill your husband, Venus. This madness is more...
What are you going to do? Report...
Don't press you.
And did you see Clarence's state of mind?
What?
He
What do you think about Clarence?
soon will be poor and forced to sell the...
Ай.
Have...
Нехорошая женщина вообще. Ну, как бы, вот я не знаю, что с ними делать. Дальше они разберутся, видимо, сами. А я чё, а я все. Ну, типа, да, остается этот квест, а этот вообще непонятно. Ну, это я знаю, куда, короче. Ну, вот здесь как-то прошмыгнем, видимо, да?
Giselle's stolen money. Prewen has some unethical ways of financing that war.
И все? Да. Познавательненько сюда пришел, ну да ладно. Дело сделано, ага.
Your kind's not... You again? What do you want?
I've identified the...
I knew it!
Yes. Here it...
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough.
Will you give the money back to your comrades then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine.
Это кто? Ну ладно, пох.
I know.
Jack's murder.
Why is...
They're his... Oh,
Who can...
no one will ever know.
What?
I w
What?
What have we here?
Текст. Здесь все выполнено замечательно. И здесь все здоровы. Вообще все здоровы. Одного только чела найти не могу почему-то. Вот в этом районе же, да? Давай чипал тот район, но... Где я тут кого мог не найти? Интересно. Ладно, пока это оставим, пойдем по заданию. Основной вход, кстати, а я в тот раз без жопку вообще заходил, по-моему, да, пытался. А те типа не слышат. Да, я где-то, блядь, вот тут, по-моему, пытался войти. Огромное здание, оказывается.
So Prewen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Или в тот раз я в другом месте все-таки был, что я не понял. Как будто да, но... Да не, нихуя, мы здесь не бились. Кстати, здесь много ресурсов. Наверное, здесь что-то жесткое меня ждет. Вряд ли мне укажут, но не, ну ладно, отмечу. Там я понял, что. Здесь, по-моему, закрыто было в прошлый раз.
It's locked.
Ну и ладно. Но здесь ни хера нет. Ведь, да? Да. Здесь я, наверное, скрылся в тот раз, да? Точно. Точно. Ничего. Угу. Там же третий этаж вроде был. Или нет? Если и был туда, теперь, наверное, вход просто перекрыт. Ну вот, да, я вижу, он был. А как зайти туда? Непонятно, ладно. Погоди, ты не сдох? Флаг. Черт. Палкой тупо избивают, а?
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Непонятно. Это чё? А, это я понял, та самая какую-то. А вон там что за дверь? Ага. Подвал. Вот это мне и нужно.
It's locked, all right.
Здесь ничего.
Better go home, sir. You back in the bloody
И это чё? Ага, вот здесь то, что мне нужно, лежит наконец-то.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I should find the key to that box. It's locked all right.
Ясно. Сейв для Одик. Сейв открыли. Ждите меня на втором этаже, возьмите у меня ключ и не забудьте его вернуть родни.
It's locked.
На втором этаже. Сука. Ладно, погоди. Может, он типа заспаунится только после того, как я прочту. До этого там никого не было. Я обшарил вроде весь второй этаж. О, крики что-то слышу уже, да? Да.
Remember your vows, friends.
I have it.
О,
I can now open the box.
вот это заебись. Вот так бы всегда все быстро находилось.
I really don't know if I should read this.
Не, нельзя. Нельзя. Плохая идея вообще, давай не будем.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure
Нет,
that was the wisest
наверное,
course
надо
of
было
action?
убить.
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same ones.
Да-да.
I trust you, Edgar, but the Guard of Prewin is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Prewin believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of...
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Prewen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he...
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Пиздишь.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
Да ладно.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Так.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet.
Хуя.
There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My
Blood
only
dodgy.
intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my
You
research.
used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Пиздец.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Ну ты додик вообще, блядь. Не, ну я хочу его спасти, похуй.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then.
Блин.
Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Ил. Каждый раз мерзко, блядь.
Enough!
Чё, бля? Погоди, ёб твою мать. Чё там не сработало? Не понял, ну да ладно. У меня минус 1000 опыта. Заебись. Минус 1000 опыта, это, конечно, жесть. Но здесь все понятно, короче. И к тяночке моей надо заглянуть теперь. Ну и к тому челу, у которого записную книжку стырили. Обязательно. До нее вообще ближе, но я бы сначала к тому челу готов.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
Ну, типа и не должно было, видимо, да? Без бы провалился.
Can you read the...
Put the money on the...
Perhaps... Tell me... Goodbye.
I rarely... The Fool and the Empress. Again.
Нет. Он мне другой, блядь, там дал. И поймешь уже.
What are the cards trying to tell us?
О, наконец-то, ёбаный свет. Сколько я здесь жал. Бля, какой меч. Ёбаный свет. Истинный бич драконов, нахуй. Не зачаренный, ну да ладно. Я могу его докачать потом и уже как-то подулучшить. Может быть, дамаг будет больше, чем у сабли. Прикольненько. Ну и минус у нас уходит, это уже отлично. Ладно, пойду прокачаю, наверное, сразу. Туда. Не надо. Бесит, блядь. О, и что это такое? Сыворотка полицейского слона, где чеснок заменен на инсулин. Защита от инфекции кошмара. Интересно. Блять. Хуета. Меч вкачиваю. Как я саблю раскачал. Поглощение крови, типа, да? Расход выносливости. Дамаг. И еще раз дамаг. На 30-ку больше. По выносливости и скорости атаки также. И тоже 2,5 крови. Ну да, в принципе, полноценная замена. А пила нахуй уже не нужна, в принципе. Просто крови чуть больше поглощает. Ну типа да. Ой, я еще могу дробовик, кстати, накачать. Да. Но не знаю, чисто от них делать. Плюс урон. Или... Плюс урон. .188, 181. Ох.